If you look at our history, the Jewish history, we did have this country before. So what we're doing is just coming back to where we started from.
For us as Palestinians that we were living in Jaffa, the Arab city which is very close to Tel Aviv, the annexation of Tel Aviv to Jaffa meant the destruction of the Arab-Palestinian city of Jaffa. First of all, meant the expulsion of all the Arab population of Jaffa. Out of 120,000 people, only 3,900 were left after the war of 1948.
You've always been told that those wars, it started because the Arab attacked us, the Arab countries. I think the big change with my way of thinking was by reading the personal stories, the suffering. So then you understand that it's not only about security. You have people from the other side. Okay, so they also have rights.
They didn't leave us alone, and they started the war, and they have to take the consequence. And we didn't start this. Why should it be a drama? That it wasn't built on Arab land or anything. We bought the land. Keren Kayemet, you must have heard of, and we settled on this. In the war, we took a little bit over from those that ran away. That I would say they have a certain right if somebody can prove his father, grandfather, and a few generations that lived here. They have the right to live here, but not having independence. Not having this country as their own.
For us, what happened in 1948, in my point of view, it's the biggest armed robbery that I know about in the 20th century. Of course, there is this Zionist myth that Tel Aviv was built on sand, and it was a dream that came true, which is totally nonsense. It got nothing to do with the history of the place. Tel Aviv is established on Arab villages. Tel Aviv University, the institution that I'm studying in, is established on an Arab village. Sheikh Muannes. Now, these celebrations totally ignore us.
When we think about Gaza, people talks about it as a ghetto because this is what it is. Because they are secluded and they're closed. Because from one side they have the sea, from the other side they have the closed border with Egypt, from the other side they have all the borders closed with Israel. So they don't really have where to go. They cannot go abroad. They're closed. So if you think about ghetto, it is a ghetto, okay? But of course nobody is thinking of doing the mass killing that was during the Holocaust, okay? But the suffering, there is suffering, but the responsibility for that suffering, you have both sides responsible for it, okay? So you cannot just blame the Israeli side for it. But I expect from my country that a country that is based on the idea of having a state for the Jewish people because of what happened in Europe, to be much more human when they treat other people, okay? Like, for example, when they speak about suffering of the other side, to understand this and to try to find solutions to stop this suffering of other people, because we also suffered many years ago, okay? And nobody really helped us. So why we're doing this to other people? So because so many people in many countries try to kill the Jews, why we're trying now to kill other people?